Spider-Man is one of fall's biggest releases, and we are getting ever so close to September 7th, the day it launches. And of course, the closer we get to that release day, more and more people start getting excited and hyped. But I noticed others started questioning whether the hype for Spider-Man was real. Were they excited for the game because it looked like a fantastic experience, or were PlayStation fans only excited for Spider-Man because it was a PlayStation exclusive and not coming to the Xbox? There's a lot to talk about here, so strap yourselves in and let's get to it. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And you know what? I've been thinking about making this video for a few days now, and I wanted to kind of collect my thoughts about Spider-Man. Now, the issue of hype is probably no stranger to anybody that runs in the PlayStation 4, Xbox, or Nintendo communities. All the exclusives get hyped up. But for whatever reason, Spider-Man has a target on his back because, quite frankly, all the Spider-Man games previously were multi-platform, and most of them, for the most part, were good to mediocre or downright bad. And here we have, potentially, the first true great Spider-Man game to come out, and it is only exclusive to PlayStation, leaving Xbox fans, Nintendo fans, and potentially PC fans by the wayside, being a little bit jealous of it. But are people right to say the only reason PlayStation fans are hyping this game up is because it's exclusive and nothing to do with what's been shown or the quality that we've seen in videos and the testimonies of the people that have played the game at trade events? Now, there's a bunch of different factors you got to consider this. Someone's own personal reason for, whether or not they like Spider-Man, and I'm going to give mine first before I get into the general aspect of it. I am extremely excited and hyped for Spider-Man, okay? And I have plenty of reasons why. Just watching this footage right now, it looks like a remarkable and incredible game that I will probably get a good 25 to 30 hours out of on my PlayStation 4 Pro, just like I did God of War. The game looks incredible. The web swinging as you go through the city looks like some of the best I've ever seen in a Spider-Man game. Like, the sense of speed is great. And then, of course, you get into the combat. And I'm a big fan of the Arkham-style combat, so watching Spider-Man prowl through these rooftops and take out these enemies as only he can do by using his webs and chaining a whole bunch of stuff and kicking enemies up in the air and doing air combos just brings a smile to my face. And then, of course, you have how the game looks, how the game performs, the story that they're going to tell with all Spider-Man's villains, and I honestly sit here and think, you know what? This is going to be a 9 out of 10. Potentially a 9.5 out of 10. I think Insomniac is going to do for Spider-Man what Rocksteady did for Batman. That's my personal reasons for enjoying the game. I like the character. I played all the Spider-Man games. Yes, even Spider-Man Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions and Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm a fan of the character. I'm also a fan of the developer who's made it, Insomniac Games. I've enjoyed the Ratchet & Clank series. I really enjoyed Sunset Overdrive. They are a world-class independent developer, and this just looks like maybe potentially their masterpiece. So for me, I have whole many reasons why I'm excited to finally get my hands on this game. And when I was thinking about those reasons, not a single time did I think, well, you know what, Matt? You know what, Rand? It's because it's on the PlayStation that I'm excited for it. I own all the consoles. I own an Xbox One, I own a PlayStation 4, and I own a Nintendo Switch. Hell, I even have a PC. That's a pretty bomb-ass rig. I can play any game, anywhere, at any time that I want. And never did it cross my mind once that the reason I wanted to play Spider-Man was because it was on a PlayStation 4. And this is a guy who primarily wants to play on an Xbox. I own 1,200 games there. It's the system I want to play on. And it doesn't matter to me that if I'm playing this on a PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch, I just want to play a game that looks like it might be one of the best superhero games of the generation, let alone potentially ever. I am so excited for this. But then again, those are my personal reasons. People out there might say, you know what, I don't like Insomniac games. Fair enough. I don't like Spider-Man. I haven't liked any of their games. Fair enough. I'm just not interested in the title. All perfect, reasonable excuses. Hey, if you're not interested in the game, you're not interested in the game. I'm not going to go and tell somebody, Halo's an amazing series, and if you're not interested in it, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you're wrong for not wanting to play a Halo game. So I'm certainly not going to say that if they wanted to play a Spider-Man game. Now, those are personal reasons. And I'm gonna shock you here because honestly, I do think on some level, Spider-Man is getting more attention because it is a PlayStation exclusive. Dun dun dun. And I know people are typing around like, what do you mean, Rand? How could you say that? It's just a great game. Listen, hear me out for a single second before you hit that dislike button and leave me a nasty comment in the comments section. Okay, my stance has been, and has always been, that the exclusives on PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, and the Xbox all get extra attention and hype solely because they're exclusive to the consoles. Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit all benefited from the fact they were only on the PlayStation. Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, even Crackdown 3 for instance, all benefit from being on the Xbox One. They get extra attention. People have been talking about Crackdown all the way back since originally announced in 2015. They've done podcasts about it, talking about how it would destroy PlayStation, other PlayStation games. And the same thing goes for the Nintendo Switch. People are hyping up Octopath Traveler because that's the latest exclusive, as well as The Legend of Zelda and Mario. Those games, those exclusives on those platforms get extra hype. It's just kind of the way it's always been. And you know what? There's really nothing inherently wrong with that. Those companies, PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they make those games to excite their fan base and get people talking about it. They show them off at multiple E3s to get people hyped and excited for it. They are reasons to buy the console. Halo, if you want an Xbox. Zelda if you want a Switch, Uncharted if you want a PlayStation. So it's no surprise that when a new exclusive comes out from any one of these companies, you'll see all the fans talking about on Twitter. You'll have Xbox fans talking highly about Sea of Thieves, while PlayStation fans will downplay it. Just like you're seeing here, you have PlayStation fans highly talking about Spider-Man. But then you also have a section of Xbox fans downplaying it because it's not on their console. That's just how it's kind of always worked. But it goes beyond games here, folks. It also goes all the way to, exclusive things on the console itself. Back when the PS4 originally came out in 2013, resolution was hyped up not by Sony themselves, but also their fans. The Xbox was made fun of because it only was doing 720p and 900. Now you don't see people talking about resolution. Nobody was talking about backwards compatibility until Xbox decided to do it. And now suddenly, backwards compatibility is a thing and it's a reason to get an Xbox over a PlayStation and people are hyped up about it. And I'm not saying backwards compatibility is wrong in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying what a console has exclusively over another, people will hype it up. And then you have the recent crossplay drama. Microsoft is very much open to the idea of doing it, so is the Nintendo Switch, so you see both their fan bases talking about crossplay and cross-progression, while you see the Sony fans kind of downplay that to a certain degree. The exclusive games and the exclusive, what would you call them, technicalities or whatever on each platform, they just get hyped up. Now, Spider-Man is just the latest example for this. Sony is the master of media, hyping up their games and getting not only IGNs of the world and the GameSpots talking about it, but also their fans. We're a month away from Spider-Man, and what just happened? Every single huge gaming website in the world was invited out to play Spider-Man and write previews for it. So what happened? You saw all the websites write articles, make videos, YouTubers, everybody talking about it, which caused all the fans to start talking about it. So then suddenly people start thinking Spider-Man is everywhere. Why is suddenly everybody talking about Spider-Man? But this is exactly what Sony did with God of War. A month before God of War came out, the same thing happened. Sony invited the press out to play. It got all this great coverage, and everybody's talking about God of War, and people are like, the only reason people are excited about God of War is because it's PlayStation exclusive. So there's so many reasons why you know, are excited for a game. Personally, in general, you know, there are people who are going to be like, you know what? I think Sony makes incredible exclusives, and this is the next one in line from them, so I'm excited to play it. And you can't really say, okay, well, that's a wrong thing. That's just, hey, man, Sony's track record right now is pretty good when it comes to high-quality exclusives. It's just how it is. Now, I can only speak from my personal experience, and I've talked about the reasons why I am looking forward to Spider-Man and why it is my #1 most anticipated game of the entire rest of the fall. And yes, this is coming from an Xbox fan. My 2 favorite games this year are probably going to be 2 PlayStation exclusives, God of War and Spider-Man. And I am incredibly hyped, and it has nothing to do with the fact that it's exclusive to Spider-Man, exclusive to the PlayStation, because those thoughts never came into my head. I don't really care what platform the game is on, I just want to play it. But you kind of just gotta ignore and tune out the people that want to downplay how good a game looks on another platform. And that's maybe what I should probably do going forward. But I just wanted to make this video to give my personal thoughts on why I am excited for Spider-Man, but then also to kind of say, yeah, you know what? Exclusives do get extra attention. People are excited for Spider-Man because it's a PS4 exclusive, just in the same way people were excited for Sea of Thieves because it was an Xbox exclusive, and it goes for every single platform out there. It's just the way it is, guys. So, you know, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm sure there's probably tons of you listening to this being like, wait a minute, what? Rand said, and give it a dislike if you are kind of mind confused and whatever right now. So hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever. Leave a comment below about Spider-Man and all the different exclusives and how you're hyped for a game and all that great stuff. Hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. Thanks for watching, guys. And check out my Twitter if you want to win 1 year of Xbox Live Gold and 50 random Xbox One games. Big giveaway going on. So thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Later.